Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. This is the Morning Mindset, and I name it the Morning Mindset because my intention is for us to understand that every morning we need to hit reset on the way that we're thinking about the day, because God's ways are not our ways. We tend to wake up in a default human way of thinking. And every morning we need to do the work needed, however short or long that takes, to get our minds reoriented with the way that God thinks about the world that we live in. And today's episode of the Morning Mindset is particularly fitting to that concept because we've been looking at the Christmas story and we've been considering the things that happened in that story and how it affected the people in the account. And particularly, we were looking at Mary's story yesterday, and how God did not seem to care about the human perspective that people would have about the situation. I mean, think about it for a moment. Mary is an unwed young mother, pregnant. She's going to be getting larger every day in terms of showing her pregnancy. And yet she was unmarried at the time it became apparent she was pregnant. And the stigma that would come with that, the disdain that would happen in her culture. People would look down on her. For his entire life, people would look down on Jesus because of that. We see one account in the Gospels where the Pharisees make this implication that he is a bastard child. And so all of that are the kind of things that would happen in our lives, and we would care deeply about people thinking wrongly about us in that kind of a situation, wouldn't we? We would want to set the record straight. We would want to make it clear that no, you're misunderstanding. That's not how it was. And it has to do with our sense of reputation, our sense of caring about what people think of us. But our God is entirely different than that in this situation. Do you notice that? He does not care that people are going to be looking down on his son. In fact, he arranged it to be so. That's phenomenal to me. God himself arranged for his son to be maligned throughout his entire earthly life by the circumstances of his birth. God has a different viewpoint on many of the things that we face in life. I don't know what you're facing right now, obviously. There may be very difficult things that you're facing, very concerning things that are putting you in a light that is negative, and there's really no reason for it other than the fact that it's just the circumstance you find yourself in. And God is not so much concerned with that as he is concerned with your character in this situation. He is fashioning you into the image of his son. Do you see that? He is about a bigger work than the stigma or the perception or opinion that other people may have of you in this circumstance. And oftentimes that is very difficult to swallow because we do care about how people think of us. We do care about the appearances that are given to other people. And I want to challenge you this morning to set that aside for the moment and begin thinking about what is God doing in your life? What is God up to? What is he concerned about? Those are the things really that we should be centering our minds on in this day. What is God doing in our world, in our lives, specifically as his children, his individuals in his kingdom? And how can we submit ourselves, like Mary, more fully to his work, in spite of the consequences that may come as a result? You have a day right now where you can do that. You can do it gladly, with joy, because you trust your King to be in control. Tomorrow we're going to look at another character in the Christmas story, right here on the Morning Mindset for livebuildchange.com. Be sure and share this with someone that you know would benefit.